how and why and when I buy into projects, it all really comes down to confidence. Okay, so here we are, back in the snake room, the favorite place in the entire street, I might add. But yeah, so I've really been slacking on putting out some videos, kind of got called out about it a couple times this past week on Instagram. I've been doing great on Instagram and terrible on YouTube. So I want to pick up to being consistent again, yada, yada, yada. But anyways, before we get really into today's video, kind of wanted to just show off some progress of some of the girls here that I feel like are gonna lay soon, hopefully. Pastel Highway Het Pied girl, I really expect that she's gonna be laying probably sometime in the next 7, maybe 8 days, kind of in there. Towards the end of May, I feel like was when she was gonna go. And then if we're lucky, I think the double het Sunset Pieds are actually gonna go. I get these like mixed signals from the girl. Anyways, let's just check them out. All right, so here's the double het Sunset Pied girl. As you can see, I mean, she's in there. She's looking like she's getting ready to lay eggs. She's doing that classic pattern. She was really uncomfortable though, you know, she was cruising around a lot and then she kind of bull wrapped again. So I was like, geez, what is going on here? But I think we're headed in the right direction here. You can see she's really big right around here. So I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Hopefully everything keeps going in the right direction. All right, so here we go. We have, this is the Pastel Highway girl. Yeah, any week, I feel like, you know, we're hitting that gray area there where it's like, you know, I feel like any day almost she could lay. We're right at almost 30 days post pre-lay shed, I guess you'll call it. She gave us the clutch that gave us the, what we're gonna call a Pastel Super Gravel Pied, but also she ended up proving out to be pied. So I'm super excited for her. I feel like sometimes the Pastel Highways kind of fade out a little bit, and you know, obviously she did too a little bit, but for the most part, I feel like she held her color really well compared to others. So I think she's an exceptional animal. So super excited for another clutch from her. She's always like the first to go around here, which is kind of cool. You know, kind of pointing me in the right direction that you know, at least the girl that usually goes first is going. So maybe there's hope yet for the remainder of the season. Maybe get a couple more clutches in here. Okay, so real quick too, before we jump into buying snakes and investing and when you're gonna do all that, something I feel like is often not considered is that, you know, the industry standards of when you'll be able to do X, Y, and Z may not exactly line up to like when you get the snake or how the snake interacts in the environment you put it in. You know, so like what I'm trying to say is, you know, the industry standard of you'll be able to breed a female in 2 to 3 years. That just might not be the case. And it's the same thing for the males, you know. So, some say that you can breed a male at around 500 grams, 6 months age, and get them to 500 grams. You know, those do happen, that can happen, and it is possible, but it might not happen. And that's just something to remember, I feel like, that often is overlooked is, you know, these are still living animals, and we do need to respect kind of that side of that and do our best to really kind of take care of them and then be mindful that, you know, these freaking animals, they know more than you and I do. All right, so the age-old question of when do you invest in a project? You know, first and foremost, you invest in a project when it's right for you and everything is going, you know, good. It's not going to bring any negativity into you, any extra stress or anything like that. Like things are just going to line up. It's going to work great. You know, that's the first part. But then outside of that, you know, anything else, like this is just going to be my own experience. You know, it's obviously very biased into what I feel like is what I do and the direction I take things. But it's been a subject that I've seen kind of floating around here and there on some posts on Instagram and various YouTube videos, and it's a super common question in our Reptiles Unplugged live interview podcast deal that Adam and I from Beachbum Exotics do. And it's just, it's kind of a cool thought process. So I'm basically just gonna rant a little bit about when and how I buy into snakes. And so like the big thing that obviously I focus on when I'm investing into a new project or adding to a project I have is my own vision on where I really want to take it. And so I'm drawn to the genes that I like to work with. And I think that is like the biggest part of the apple. You know, the biggest piece of the apple is where is your vision, where are you trying to take it, and what do you see for the future of those genes that you're working with. So I think that's the biggest lock and key really is you know, your vision, seeing the genes, loving the project that you're in, and having a passion to see it through. So having said that, you know, what else is there to consider? I feel like there's like a ton of things to consider when you're really diving in and spending, you know, a few $100s all the way up into a few $1,000s on these animals. You know, there's a lot that goes into it, but kind of one thing I wanted to really talk about in this video was the value that these animals have on this, what you're looking at me through right now, which is social media. Which brings me to this dude right here. So this guy is an Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Inchy Genex Pied, and he is, like, to me, like one of a kind. Like, look how freaking crazy that pattern is, all up down the side. Like, this animal's insane, right? Super pretty. So, you know, obviously a huge shout out to the big dog, AEP, Always Evolving Pythons, Miguel. This came from you. So this snake right here is gorgeous. And the thing is not only is he gorgeous, he is also so relevant to every one of my projects. And that's another thing that I considered when ponied up the handsome ransom for this animal from Miguel. Like, you know, this is one of the most expensive animals that I've singly bought, like all by itself, not in like a group or a bunch of snakes or, you know, whatever, just one single snake. Like this was a huge investment for me, but it came at the perfect time. You know, everything lined up great. By this time next year, I am very confident that he will be of size to at least attempt to breed. And this coming year, you know, season of 2021 probably, we are gonna have, I think, 5 adult pied combo girls ready for him. Like, that he's gonna have the coolest year ever. Like, that's gonna be so awesome. And so I just think there's some value in kind of understanding the timing of your projects along with the vision you have and where you want to take them. But outside of all of that long-winded rant, back to the social media, this dude right here kills it on social media, which is awesome. You know, like, spending a large amount of money on these snakes, I feel like these days the animal that you're buying should also be stunning. You know what I mean? Like there's more to this than the genes. These animals are gorgeous, and striving to continue to go after prettier and prettier animals is only going to make the bloodlines and the genetics, and then you know, down the road, like obviously the actual animals, better, healthier, prettier snakes. And that's what I feel like really like going towards, like quality, awesome, incredible animals that are visually stunning. This dude checks all the boxes for me, I guess is my point. So, you know, something I feel like that maybe people don't consider entirely is, you know, how pretty is that snake you're also getting. You know, we get as breeders really caught up in genes, but there's a whole nother side of the coin there, and it's, is the snake pretty? Y'all know I couldn't talk about a pretty snake and then not show off the pride and joy around here. So this is the Mojave puzzle, obviously. She's getting huge. She's turning into a big girl. So there's hope yet that she will keep on heading in this direction. I feel like, if she keeps eating consistently like she is, this girl's gonna be up to size quick, which is awesome. But back to the original point is, this girl right here is so mind-blowing, and you know, obviously biased opinion on my end, but she's so pretty. And again, the social media interactions I get every single time I post this girl on Instagram it's crazy. She outperforms, as far as likes go and everything like that, any snake that I have, which is, that right there is invaluable to your brand. And I guess that's really what this is all going back to, is you know, investing into quality animals, pretty animals, with a vision, really driven, you know, seeing out where you want to take the genes and having a plan, and not just, you know, buying to buy. That right there, all those pieces of the puzzle are really what's going to end up giving you the confidence to maybe invest more and more money into this industry. And that's I guess full circle where this all goes to, of how and why and when I buy into projects. It all really comes down to confidence. You know, I have confidence in this industry, I have confidence in my plan, I have confidence in myself, and these animals are just amazing, and I wouldn't not want to spend my money on anything else. So this is where we're at now. So I don't know, without further ado, thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think down below. When do you buy your animals? And I hope you're all being safe. Enjoy your morning, night, evening, whenever you may be watching this, and we'll see you all later.